Koski and number 58, Mike Sinkovich.
You know, guys, up until 2 years ago, coming to the Silver Bowl was always a problem for Ricky Geist, and it seemed like he never played well. We were always able to blow him out. 94 and 96 was a game that was 14-0, if you remember. It was probably the closest game that the 96 team had. So you never know what to expect. As Warren mentioned, they are a rival, and I think it's more a rivalry on their end than it is on ours, like you guys mentioned. But nonetheless, I'm sure they're going to be ready to play football tonight.
Well, we always think it's a bigger game for North Schuylkill, and you talk to North Schuylkill people, Jose, and they say they circle this game, and this is the one they want to win. If they lose their next 4 games, they like winning this game.
Yeah, you're right.
Tony Wright will kick off for the Spartans. It's a short kick taken by Bailey on about the 22-yard line. Finds some running room up the middle of the field and is tackled on the 38-yard line. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes. Tackle made by number 80, Josh Mattern.
Yeah, defensively, of course, you got, for North Schuylkill, Capone is in there. He leads the defense. So they're going to be tough, as always. They're scrappy. They're not real big, not as big as we've been used to, in fact, in previous years. But they're going to be there, and with Capone, again, he makes them a team.
Well, and they move him, too. He's listed as the middle linebacker, but right now he's the right linebacker. Big hole for Veach right up the middle. 15-yard gain to about the 45-yard line of the Spartans. Big block by the Red Tornado center of the Red Tornado offensive line there. Good job by Else, Daukus, and Sinkovich.
17-yard gain for Johnny Veach on that play. Like you said, Bob, great hold up the middle, and I think when I talked to the coaches before the game, they felt that they wanted to run right at them and hopefully wear them out because they feel they have 9 guys going both ways, so they can feel they can wear him out as game goes on.
Out of the eye, tried it off tackle, comes back up, cuts it in the middle for about a 4-yard gain. Tackle made by 85, Nick Rogers.
Could you confirm that, Bob? Is that Rogers, 85?
Yeah, it is Rogers. He played tackle last week, and he wore number 70. But with them going tonight, he's going to play tight end. So that's why they had to put the 80 number on him, Jose.
Yeah, they did make some switches in the line. His brother, of course, is up at Buffalo University, I believe, and playing football up there. It was an excellent tackle a few years back.
Going to try going outside with Bailey. Gets it to about the 38-yard line, gain of about 4 yards.
One of the things Mount Carmel area has talked about, and I know we talked to the coaching staff last night at Supper Club, and although they're not saying it's a concern, the concern part of it is that they felt that Mount Carmel area, the Big Red, comes out, and so far in previous games, have just not put it together early enough in a game on the offensive line. In the second half of each game, you know, they come on like gangbusters, and now they're saying to them, let's make one complete football game and go at these guys.
Split back's going to take Sebas wide outside, and they're ready for it. They got him for a 1-yard loss. If you see these defenses line up, Jose and Warren, we're seeing heavy to the outside, and they're saying, run us up the middle, Mount Carmel. 4th down situation for the Red Tornadoes. 47, Steve Sinkovich will punt, and the snap will be number 1, Terry Meyer. A pooch punt in the direction of Moyer. He picks it up on the 12-yard line, gets some running room up to about the 24. Tackle made by Lentini and Paracella. That's Moyer, the quarterback they have back there.
North Schuylkill will open up, and with Moyer at quarterback, and of course well, of course we do it though too with Sebas.
Right.
Not many teams do that, put their quarterback back to receive punts, but we can't gripe because we are also one that does that kind of thing. So Moyer, again, he's the son of a coach over there, Coach Moyer. He knows what he's doing. He's a sophomore. He's, you know, taking his lumps a little bit this year like all sophomores do, but he's a kid that if he gets hot and he gets on his game, he can hurt you.
Trips left, 4, now quads left. They have 4 receivers out there. It's a screen pass, read nicely by number 1, Meyer, 47, Steve Sinkovich, and the initial hit is made by 26, Ron Lentini, after about a 4-yard gain. They went quad over there, Jose and Warren. They had blockers.
Right.
And it took the strong safety to sneak in there and make that tackle.
Well, they lined up in the trips, and then they ran the motion man into the receiving core there, and he was actually cutting across the formation a little bit. And that's when you got to watch it. I don't think we've seen that so far, run like that this year.
Well, we watched them before the game, Warren, and they were running majority of their things against the left side, our defensive right. So maybe they felt that they can exploit some things over there, or I'm not even sure what they're trying to do, but they did try to do a lot of that. It looked like they were going to try to throw the ball a little bit, too.
Matt Knock carries the ball, about a 2-yard gain. Tackle made by Steve Sinkovich and Terry Meyer. Third down and about 4 yards to go.
If you're going to look for a real key in this football game, is what we talked about a little bit earlier. The key will be Mount Carmel area's defensive line against the Spartan offensive line. That's where their weakness is right now. And if you can control that line, it's going to be a long night for the Spartans.
Capone off the left side, finds running room, breaks free, and when Capone breaks free, his own man tackles him at the 45-yard line, helped out by Paracella. They just broke over the left side, and what a nice run by Gino Capone, Jose.
Yeah, Bob, that was definitely one of the concerns before the game with the coaches. They felt they can contain Capone behind the line or at the line of scrimmage, they'd be okay. But if he broke into the secondary, they expected to have problems, and it's exactly what he did to him.
Well, they had him, but they arm tackled him, and you're going to have to tackle him low.
27 yards for Gino on that play.
You'll have to get him low. 8:06 left in the first quarter. Split backfield. Tries to knock out around the left side. Daukus is held. Tackle made by number 1, Terry Meyer. Gain of about a yard.
Again, nice play by Meyer that time. He did exactly what you want the linebacker to do. He moved along the line of scrimmage, waited for the opening, came inside, brought the ball carrier down. And that's really a gain of nothing. That's going to be for no gain at all. A good linebacker play that time by Meyer.
Second down and long. Capone now comes out in a slot position.
Actually, a trips, Bob.
Actually, a trips right.
Watch a little screener, little short. Nope.
Tries it over the middle, and the receivers got tangled. Number 1, Marquardt, and number 23, Knock, got tangled up. Well, it's actually 32. Brian Smith got tangled.
Oh, he had a tough time that time, though. The quarterback, if you notice, they were trying that quick 2-step drop back and pass, and that time he had actually lifted himself up a little bit, tried to dunk the pass over the arms that were up. So I think, even though he's a big kid, he's listed on the thing at 6'0" and 190 pounds. I think he may have to drop an extra step or two back if he's going to get any kind of vision of where he's looking for.
Going to try a reverse to Capone. Daukus reads it all the way and stops him for maybe a 1-yard gain. Great job by the right defensive end of the Red Tornadoes that time to hold his position.
That's the hardest thing that he has to do in a game. The hardest thing is to stay where you are when the play seemingly is going the other way against you. And he did exactly what you'd want him to do.
Matt Knock, number 23, in punt formation for the Spartans. 6:46 left in the first quarter. Sebas, the lone back for the Red Tornadoes. A high kick. This one's not going to get down there. It gets a good bounce for the Spartans. Ooh. There were 2 Spartans ran into each other. That was
a pretty good hit there.
Yeah, that was a good hit, but down on about the 28-yard line. So a bad kick for Knock.
That was an odd kick, really. You don't see many going there. When it hit the ground, it really didn't do a lot, but it kept moving around.
It's a 12-yard punt. It's not exactly what we've been used to the last couple of weeks, Carlos.
Now, we could use a break in the punt department a little bit. We've seen 2 world-class punters now 2 weeks in a row. We can stand to see somebody maybe shank 1 or 2 now and again.
Make it 14. I'm sorry, make it 14.
Split backs for the Red Tornadoes. Going to try Veach off the left side and gain of only about 4 yards.
That was Welker. And Welker's a guy I remember for the last 2 years. Welker got hurt last year on the opening play of the game. So we only saw Welker for 1 play last year. He was injured, and we hadn't seen him for the rest of that game. Of course, a thrilling overtime win by Mount Carmel area when Coach Geis elected to go for 2 points in the overtime on the last play of the game, and they were turned away. So
John Kalinowski had the big hit, came up from the secondary to make the play. And they lost Vogler during that game, too, if you remember that. And that was important to them.
Veach the ball trying to get outside.
There he is now, Vogler.
And Vogler in on the tackle. But something to look at here, guys. Welker was on the line of scrimmage right next to the defensive end.
Right.
If your cornerback is up on the line of scrimmage, you're going to have a rough time getting that play outside because there's nobody to block him more.
Right.
Third down, 6 yards to go. Again, cornerback up on the line of scrimmage, Jose. To this side
They
right
got man
here.
coverage on the other side. Watch Carousel on the little crossings about 12 yards down.
Oh, good play. Great play made by number 22 of the Spartans, Randy Lattis. 4th down in a punting situation for the Red Tornadoes.
Nice defensive play by that time by the back. Now, that time he threw into the double coverage where the single coverage was moving the other way from him, and I don't think he saw it. But that also could have been a dangerous interception there had kid stepped in front fast enough.
Flags on the play. Steve Sinkovich back to punt, booms one. But the play was blown dead. Flags on the play. Dead ball foul, offsides, North Schuylkill.
There'll be a measurement. Depends where they spot this thing.
You're going to do that right now, in fact.
Well, we're going to see. Yep, they're going to mark it off. Well, they'll mark the 5 yards off over on the sideline, won't they, Jose?
No, they'll mark it off in the middle of the field with the ball.
Okay, and then come up.
And he'll bring the chains in, but I guess it depends on where this guy puts it down.
Well, if he puts it down there.
I don't like the way he's waiting and looking. It shouldn't be there. It should be past the
if he puts it down there, he didn't mark 5 yards off.
Well, he marked it on his sideline.
Yeah,
on the
did.
chain.
That's what I thought he did.
He did.
I thought that's what he was doing over there.
It's going to be 4th and 1.
We're going to go for it, though.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are. When the whole offensive team comes in, Jose, we're going for it.
Oh, you see a little friction here already. I like this.
Baby.
All right. Wayne would have never said that.
Hey.
All I'm saying is,
we don't let Pop be right too often, so you gave him his one for the game. That's it.
Behind the bus, 1st down, Red Tornadoes. I just don't think you can miss on that play, Jose. That's my theory.
I just don't know if it's the right gamble at this stage of the football game on a 30-yard line. Too many things. Well, I'm not.
I know what you're saying, but I just think that one can always work. I'm always for that play.
That's
Warren.
true. I'll say that for you. And
I have to be for it, though, don't I?
But I believe it, too, and I've said that. When you got that center there, there's no way you pick up a less than a yard. It just doesn't happen.
Seavis, hands off to Veach. Tries cutting it outside, and 55, Vogler in on the tackle again. And what we're doing, we're blocking the cornerback, but it's leaving Vogler, the linebacker, open to make the tackle.
Well, they had a hole, and he closed it really well.
Vogler, if you guys remember last year, Vogler ate us alive until he was injured and had to leave the game. But he was all over the place. Now, Vogler's playing a tackle position,
He's
Bob.
playing tackle, Bob.
He's on down tackle
okay.
guy. Right. I wonder when you said that, because I thought he was lining up down, and there he is on the end.
Yep,
you can see him line up there. And that's where he was last year. He played the defensive tackle last year, too.
Veach to the right side. Gains only about a yard. Tackle made by number 80, Josh Mattern. 3rd down and about 7 yards to go. Beach goes in motion to the right side. Seavis fakes back to pass. Big rush from the cornerback. 31, Andy Welker. What a job. Nobody touched him, and he's lined up out there that he can make that play. Good play by 31, Andy Welker.
10-yard loss. Brings up 4th and 17. We going for it again?
Nope. Nope. Only 1 yard to go.
This is exactly what we feared, though. Give them a little bit of momentum. If you notice, field position slowly changing again.
Sinkovich in the punt. Big rush from Welker. Good punt this time over Moyer's head. And he leaves the ball bounce and is downed at the 21-yard line by the Red Tornadoes.
Close to a block and a back for us, and that wasn't necessary at all.
1st down and 10. Spartans, 3:09 left in the 1st quarter.
48-yard punt.
Great punt. Again, great punt, but you can see what that does field position-wise.
Yep.
And I'm a big field position guy. You got to play the field position, and that time we did. And our hats are off to Sinkovich on a great kick.
Moyer Draw play. Finds some running room. Knock. He's got her down the sideline. Paracello makes a dive at him. Chesney and Sebas, the only people to run him down. They do at the 35-yard line and blasting some big holes in that Red Tornado defensive line right now, Warren.
Clearly, they are controlling the line of scrimmage, and I just talked about that being a key. And again, they're playing with a lot more intensity than we are right now.
Well, as you guys mentioned, the coaches were not happy with our intensity in the first half, and it looks like we have more of the same. 44-yard run.
Tries knock off the right side, quick opener, and gains about 5 yards. Cuff with the tackle.
Just a straight dive.
Second down, 5 yards to go. 2:23, no score here. 2:23 left in the first quarter. Motion for the Spartans. Tries that same quick dive to Capone, and he gets about maybe 2 yards.
Sinkovich that time. Steve was definitely what they call filling the hole at that moment.
Gain of about a yard. Steve Sinkovich and Meyer on the tackle.
Now 3rd and 4 to go now. Ball deep inside Mount Carmel area on the 29-yard line, and this is some stand-up time again for the defense early in the game. You do not want to let them get on the scoreboard. Momentum with this group here could end up to be a defeat if you let them get ahead of you too far.
Moyer fakes it now, out pitch to Capone. Great play by 26 Ron Lentini.
It's great, Phil, Bob. Read it all the way. Before the game, they told me the defensive ends were going to crack the quarterback on the option, and it was up to the outside linebacker or the monster, depending on what side of the field they were at, to fill, and he couldn't have done it any better.
Number 23, Matt Knock in to punt for the Spartans. Deep for the Red Tornadoes, number 5, Nick Sebas. High snap, still gets the kick end over end away. And the ball bounces inside the 10 to the 5 and will be downed on about the 5-yard line. First down and 10 Red Tornadoes from inside their own 5-yard line.
Now, some of the fans are yelling, but it's the right play inside the 10. Rule of thumb is you let it alone.
He has an odd way to punt. It's just when his ball hits the ground, it doesn't go one way or the other. It just kind of sits right there. If you notice when he kicks it, Warren, he turns it sideways. He's kicking it like a watermelon, and that's the kick he's getting out of it right there. And that's what you get when it hits the ground. It doesn't squirt forward or backward. It just kind of stays laterally on the ground and just sits there.
50 seconds left in the first quarter. Tries Veach up the middle. Gain of about 3 yards. Initial hit made by number 88 in there for the Spartans, which is Tony Wright. Second down, 9 yards to go. Clock winding down, 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Sebas back to pass. Looks long at Paracella. He caught the ball, but I think he's out of bounds. Great catch by Paracella. Falling backwards, he caught that ball, Warren.
Yes, he did. Right in the North Schuylkill's coach.
It's just the pass was out of bounds.
Yeah, it just swayed a little bit far past the line. Third and 3. Mount Carmel area would dearly like to gain a first down here rather than kick out of their own end zone, I'm sure. So a tough play right now here in the first quarter with just 12 seconds remaining.
Third down, 9 yards to go. Split backs for the Red Tornadoes. Sebas keeps the ball. He's in the end zone. Gets the pass away and cuffs the tight end. First down, Red Tornadoes. Great play. Good call. Oh, it's Bailey.
No,
it's Bailey.
Al Bailey.
28 and 26.
Be nice if we could see numbers, wouldn't it, guys? Al Bailey out of the backfield.
Our age is definitely showing, folks.
Sorry, Al.
Nice pattern that time. They flooded the entire zone. That time he just needed to pick which guy he thought was best open, and he did. Picked up a crucial first down and moved them out of a hole.
End of the first quarter. The score, the Red Tornadoes nothing, the Spartans of North Schuylkill nothing.
First quarter, guys, 79 yards on the ground for North Schuylkill, 4 in the air for a total of 83 yards, 22 for Mount Carmel on the ground, 17 in the air for a total of 39. North Schuylkill's quarter.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you that you are watching WKMC TV, broadcasting directly from the campus at Mount Carmel Area High School over a microwave signal WLX267. We are an instructional fixed television service, and we are coming to you every Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, Channel 13 in the Service Electric Cable System. And remember, folks, we are live at 7:30 in the morning every school day morning. If you want to hear the news and the goings-on at Mount Carmel Area School District in the mornings, please tune to Channel 13, and you will get it all.
When you're looking for that place to eat lunch, snack, or just have a short meal, there is only one place to go.
Second quarter. Seavis.
Nick Chesney.
Great drop back. Used Chesney as the fake and over the head of 28 Al Bailey. Well, when you bring your cornerbacks up on the line, Jose, you got to throw the ball against them and loosen those guys up.
You have to stretch the field, and Whitey does like to stretch the field. There's no question about that. And he will, and he did.
They're playing back there with just the safety and the strong safety, Warren, and we need to get that ball maybe in the air or open up that line a little bit.
Jake Shellhammer getting a little time tonight, too, at the wideout on the load set here.
Seavis tries it up the middle to Bailey. Gain of only about 3 yards. Capone in on the hit, 42. Also helped out by number 50 in there, which was Jim Mogish. Big third down play here.
Again, you know, we didn't do much since the last one, and again, you want to try to sustain a drive here. That's more, I think, more important right now to Mount Carmel area, to the coaching staff at Big Red than anything, is get these guys to put an offensive drive together in the first half against a good team.
Veach comes in motion, puts 3 receivers out here for him. Big hit, but he gets the pass away, incomplete, but a big hit from number 80 for the Spartans, Josh Mattern. A good play by Mattern, rushing from his defensive right end position that time. We've got to hold up those ends at the line, Warren.
Well, I mean, they're watching something that we're doing, and it's a backside guy coming all the time. Now, we saw a backside safety come.
Oh, it's all backside,
we saw a backside end come in. So it's coming backside, and either we don't have a blocking scheme set up right this minute for that, or they're doing something we didn't anticipate.
Big rush on Sinkovic that time, gets a good kick away. Moyer fumbles. Oh, he picked it up and got the fumble at the 36-yard line. First down and 10, North Schuylkill.
At that time, they tried to block it, and they almost got us that time. So they're pulling every trick in the hat out right now and trying to win this football game. And they right now have momentum.
Another nice punt for Steve Sinkovic of 38 yards that time.
Well, we've seen this, but you know, you don't like to say that you watched the game that the punts kept you in it,
right?
Because it means you were in one real close football game. But so far, that's what we can say, that the punting game is really keeping us up and in the game right now.
Capone in motion to the right side, inside handoff, covered nicely by the Red Tornadoes, knocked the ball carrier. Sinkovic helped out. Boy.
Sinkovic and Sinkovic.
And Sinkovic. A twin tackle, Warren.
That's right.
And the boys on the radio say the Bruise Brothers.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Or 9. Between 8 and 9. 8.5 will go.
I'm not quibbling.
Here's the slot left. Look for a fullback delay or a tight end delay.
Tried it right up the middle to the fullback, which has knocked the ball carrier. Sinkovic, 58, and number 80, Cuff in on the tackle. Third down, 6 yards to go.
Ball on the 41-yard line.
Now the shotgun formation for the first time tonight. Back to Moyer. Has time. Looks downfield. Now has to run out of the pocket. Still has a receiver there.
That's Capone.
Complete. to Capone at about the 42-yard line. First down and 10 for the Spartans.
That was the same little delay. It took longer, and he ran it deeper because he had to scramble, but it was the same thing that Allentown Central Catholic ran with the fullback out of the backfield, or the tailback running a little delay.
That time, we weren't even close to the quarterback. No pressure that time at all defensively. And I told you in the beginning of this game, he's only a sophomore, but he's a big kid. He's got a good arm, and you give him some kind of time, and he's going to pick you apart.
Moyer fakes it up the middle, keeps it on an option. Lots of running room that time for about a 9-yard gain. Steve Sinkovich with the tackle, but everybody went in after the fake, and he took it outside, Jose.
Yeah, Bob, they run what you call a true option, where there's no predetermined read, or there's no predetermined call, and he decides based on what the tackle does whether he's going to give, keep, or pitch. And they tell me that the quarterback really likes to keep the football.
Twins right for the Spartans. 8:40 left in the first half. No score from the Silver Bowl. Spartans driving. Capone off the left side. First, oh, he got knocked backwards. I'm not sure he got the first down.
Yes, he did. Look where he's standing, though.
Okay, they gave him that forward motion.
Yeah, he's got the first down where that guy put his feet at.
Timeout called for a measurement.
Certainly looks that way, Warren, from up here. And it looks like North Schuylkill is attempting to run. If you watch little keys, you watch little things, it looks like they're trying to run to the tight end side most of the night so far. Maybe we can watch that and see if they continue to do that or not. And if they do, perhaps we can make an adjustment to overload or offset toward the tight end side.
My, wasn't he technical on that one?
First down, Spartans at the 23.
Never mind, I'm
now
done.
He went out of
I know I'm only a sub off the bench. I'm done, pal.
He went out of our league on that one, didn't he?
No, I thought that was very good.
He lost me when he was starting to read keys and
Not
things.
me, I saw it. Only Warren, Jose. You know that.
$70, Warren, remember.
I know.
Split backs. Capone and Knock in the backfield. Moyer to Knock. Good read by Steve Sinkovich. He grabbed him from behind, helped out by Malikoski and 71 Daukus.
And they ran away from the tight end, so that just throw that whole paragraph out anyway.
Oh, how easily he gives up.
No, we're talking tendencies. We're not talking.
No, I understand that. Yeah, you're right, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Twins right for the Spartans. Second down, 11 yards to go. Moyer back to pass. Big rush from Daukus. Had a receiver out there. Incomplete, but Daukus and Jeff Evans put the big rush on that time. And you get a rush on the quarterback, he's not going to get that pass in there, Jose.
Did you guys tell me he's a sophomore? That was very impressive. He just threw it away.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He wasn't throwing it in
They
the
have
coverage.
him listed as a junior in the
Is
program.
it junior?
Oh, I'm sorry, then he is a junior. What am I looking at here?
Programs aren't always right.
Where am I at here?
Right
I'm
there.
sorry, he's a junior.
Okay.
That's an 11. Wait, this
I thought he played a little bit last year at quarterback, didn't he?
I'm not getting old well, you know it.
I don't know how to do that either.
This is ugly.
Third down, 11 yards to go. 7:32 left in the first half. Trips left out of the shotgun formation. Back to Moyer. Big rush from Sinkovich. Hits Capone over the middle, but will not be a first down. Short at the 29-yard line. But the way they've been punting, you would think it's a go-for-it situation for the Spartans.
No, they're thinking about it right now. And they're giving a good long thought right now, in fact, to decide what they want to do. I'm thinking they're going to go for it. They talked about it this long.
Yeah, well, they're going to call timeout and really talk about
they
it.
need a little more extra time there. Give us a chance to talk about Supper Club last night. Another good crowd. Had the kids there again, of course, as always, every week. Had a nice time. Coaching staff was there answering questions, of course, about last week's game at Marion Catholic, and of course the upcoming one here with the Spartans. Gave us the rundown on the offense and the defense and all the important things we needed to know to get into this game. So once again, I remind you, Supper Club is every Thursday night at 6:30 in the back room of Matucci's. If you can all make it, we'd love to have you, and you'll enjoy yourself. I mean, no one goes away unhappy from that thing.
This is the 9th play of this drive, fellows, and it's taken approximately
a year and a half. What it seemed like.
Well, about 4 minutes, 2 seconds so far. So they're really eating up the clock and keeping the ball away from us. And I'm sure that was part of their game plan.
It's working. Again, offensively, with 7 minutes left here in the first half, we've done nothing. I mean, we have absolutely produced no offense whatsoever here in the first half. And again, this was something the coaching staff had said that they were truly looking to do in this game. They thought this was the game to start doing that.
I guess we're just going to have to count on defense to get us going again and make something happen and let the offense get some points and then get the confidence that they need.
Big 4th and 6 play by the Spartans here early in the game. 7 minutes in the first half, and they're going for it. Mount Carmel area's 27-yard line.
Capone out of the tight end position. Moyer rolls. Big rush by Mike Sinkovich and puts him down on the 39-yard line. Good job, Mike Sinkovich. And when you got to turn it up a notch, you look to the Sinkoviches to turn it up that notch.
He ate the guard's lunch on that one. There was no two ways.
He got help from the back, too, and he still made the play.
Yeah, he came right past the guard in the center that time and was in the backfield instantly.
That was a one-arm grab you in the back, throw you down.
Throw you to the ground kind of deal, yeah. Nice play that time by the sink man.
Power eye for, no, not a power eye. Cheater back formation for the Red Tornadoes. Goes the Veach. Gain of about maybe 1 or 2 yards. Chris Shue hurt on that play.
He got rolled back. His ankle was down and he got rolled back.
Look at the sideline. I think the sideline said, shake it off. That's the only signal I could get from there. They sent Bailey, and I know he wasn't going in the play tackle.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. Power right formation for the Red Tornadoes. Wow. Sebas kept the ball. What a great job by number 23, Knock, to get between about 6 blockers and make that tackle. 3rd down, 6 yards to go.
They're just sputtering right now. We're missing 2 cylinders in this offense.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Spartans will put a few cornerbacks on the line, and they're coming from the ends right now, guys.
Yep. When we get ourselves in a situation where it's 3rd and long, it's difficult. You know we're going to throw the ball.
Watch Welker come, number 31. Sebas back to pass. Shovel pass, and that was a good call. Good call, 1st down, Red Tornadoes, and Veach carries the ball to the 48-yard line. Good call because the rush was on. It was coming again.
He came again from the backside. He's watching to see what the play is, and he's coming.
And Veach ran right by him.
Johnny showed his strength, too, in that play. I'm not sure if it was Capone.
It was. He hit Capone right
yep,
there.
And he just drug him an extra to get the 1st down. He had him about the line of scrimmage, or not the line of scrimmage, at the 1st down marker.
Yeah, he did in a nice play that time. And again, we talked about that phase of his game that we enjoy so much. He is more than willing to take a tackle on head on and just go at them.
Straight eye formation. Veach off the left side. Good hole. 5-yard gain to about the 45-yard line.
That looked open to the outside. Of course, that's a lot easier from up here. Nice hole, though.
Now a little bit of momentum going offensively right now for Big Red. Starting a little bit of a march so far.
5-minute point of the first half. No score here from the Silver Bowl. Tries Bailey off the left side and going nowhere. Gain of only maybe a yard. Capone in on the tackle.
That looked like a counter trap.
That's what it was, yeah, but we didn't trap anybody.
No.
Third and 5.
4:29.
They're really playing off our wideout, so it's going to be difficult to throw deep.
Sebas, short pass, incomplete. Little high at about the 38-yard line. 4th down in a punting situation for the Red Tornadoes. Sinkovich back to punt. Good snap from Meyer. kicks away, end over end, bounces on the 19-yard line. Knock leaves it roll, and it'll be, knocked into the end zone by the Red Tornadoes. Touchback.
Sure, I think that baby was going to stop where it went in the end zone, to tell you the truth.
45-yard punt. He would have liked it to have been 44, I'm sure. Looks like the area of the field for the defense to make a play.
4:11 left on the clock in the first half. No score here. Moyer sets the Spartans, puts a man in motion. Capone to the outside. Chesney all the way with him and knocks him out of bounds after about a 1-yard gain.
That was strung out from the very beginning. He stood little chance of turning the corner.
Lentini made the final tackle. Nick Chesney did a good job of just stretching him out all the way.
Yeah, once you get him strung out that far, there's very little hope that he's going to be able to turn the corner like that. Again, he picks up that 1 yard just on bull strength, which is what he brings to this game. He's really a phenomenal athlete when you take a look at the size of him and how fast he really is back there.
Moyer, draw play, knocked the ball carrier. Evans with the tackle. Also in there, number 80, Chris Cuff. Third down, 3 yards to go. 3:18 left on the clock in the first half. Number 32, Brian Smith, and 41, Kurupchak split far left for the Spartans. Capone. Oh no, look at this. Moyer kept the ball. Great fake by Moyer, and he's tackled from behind by 29, Paracella. What a great fake. I even had Capone with the ball, Warren.
Absolutely great play by the quarterback. And that's all Moyer that time. Completely Moyer. Faked everybody out. There was nice blocking because they sealed that hole up on the outside. He was able to cut inside of that seal block and picked up big yardage. And again, they truly are showing more balance on offense than we are here in the first half of the football game.
That was a great play. Great play.
Well, over 100 yards. No one's gone over 100 yards on us, I don't believe, this year.
Tries knock off the right side. Down on the bottom of the pile, number 80, Chris Cuff.
And they're really not doing a lot of fancy stuff out here, you know what I mean? This is kind of in your face, drive the ball up the field football right now.
But a lot of deception, even on in-your-face football. I mean, that fake to the fullback there is
well, I think it's the off-balance thing, you know.
Very off-balance.
Well, you're looking at the fake to the fullback, but is the quarterback going to keep the football and get outside, or is he going to pitch it? And it's a difficult offense to defend.
Split backs. Lattice comes in motion to the left side. They go on an extra count. Fumble on the play,
that time.
Recovered by the Red Tornadoes, and that was all due to the fact that they actually had it on a long count, and they just got themselves messed up on that one.
Yeah, you can see the timing. The timing was a mess from the start, and I'm not sure why they did that.
I don't know who got the ball yet.
Couldn't see who recovered the ball. There were too many bodies in there. .146 left on the clock, and Red Tornadoes have a first down and 10 from the Spartans' 47-yard line. Finds some running room for about a first down. He'll get it to the 47, and that will be a first down. Off that play, he got run over by the tacklers and by 25 Veach. It's not a first down. It's only a 9-yard gain.
We got the missile in there. Moreau's in for Cuff. He'll play that tight end spot.
1:17 and running down in the first half. Sebas, double fake, back to pass. Good block by Vogler. Sebas looks downfield in the corner of the end zone for Mike Smith. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes! And Smitty's out there. When he's out there, he'll catch it.
Smith did it. He followed the ball all the way.
The
The play took forever to get going, to get a pass off. Stevens did a great job of scrambling around, and he just, where the defensive back let up for a second to look, there Smith watched the ball right into his breadbasket
and give
touchdown.
Jamie Moakler a lot of credit. He kept 31. He kept Andy Welker that time from getting to Sebas and gave him the time to throw the ball.
And
Michael Smith showed great concentration, too. He never took his eye off of it. Never.
Mike was absolutely outstanding on that play.
Timeout called by the Red Tornadoes.
We're going to do a two-pointer here.
Oh, we're missing
doing.
Cuff. And that's understandable. Cuff is out on the bench. Nobody knows it. So, well, I guess we should, but we don't.
We should, but we don't.
Malikoski will come in for Cuff.
Malikoski's looking at him like, what are you talking about? Where am I going here?
38-yard touchdown for Michael Smith. That's his second of the year. Michael, I believe, only has 2 catches, and both of them are touchdowns.
That's what you like.
23-yarder against Panther Valley, I think, or a 25, and now this one.
Only throw to him when you need the points then. He's like the guy from Minnesota, you know, just catch his touchdowns.
Randy Moss?
No, the old guy from Carter.
Chris Carter.
Chris Carter, only catches touchdowns. That's Mike Smith.
Mike Sinkovich in to attempt the extra point. Snap back from Else to Paracella. It's down. The kick's up. And it's good. With 1:05 left in the first half, the score, the Red Tornadoes 7, the Spartans nothing.
Well, we got halfway to Mike Sinkovich's 40. We asked him to go to 40. He's at 20.
Chuck Souders into the box here. That was the little quiet there. He was worried about who got the fumble recovery too, so you're not going to get it from him.
At halftime, I was going to go ask him. He usually has them. If we miss him
so
up
that
here.
means the whole upstairs is hurting for who was the fumble recovered by.
Of course, Chuck Souders takes care of us, Bob, doesn't he, with different statistics.
That's right.
He watches out for us and keeps us looking semi-intelligent most of the time. We got to say thank you to him.
Mike Sinkovich to kick off for the Red Tornadoes. That little squibber kick, and it works. Bounces off the receiver, finds the ball, and brings it up to about the 28-yard line. Tackle made by 28 Bailey and 41 Mickey Moroz. First down and 10 Spartans with 1:02 left on the clock.
Korupchak
Korupchak, the ball carrier.
Ball carrier. And hit him right in the shins and bounced off. Almost hurt a little bit, too.
Moyer with twin split out here to the left for the Spartans. Split backs. Draw play to Canuck. Or Knock. Gain of about maybe 3 yards. In on the tackle, 41, Mickey Moroz, and 47, Steve Sinkovich. Chris Cuff, number 80, still out of the ball game at the defensive end position. He's limping pretty good on the sideline, too, Warren.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is that's bothering him right now. It looks like maybe an ankle. It's hard to tell what he's doing. Knee. Now he's fooling with his knee there a little bit.
Timeout called by the Spartans with 49 seconds left on the clock in this first half.
Of course, we want to invite everybody to stay tuned at halftime because we have homecoming here at Mount Carmel area tonight. You'll see who the homecoming queen is. You'll see her crowned on the field at halftime, so stay tuned for that. That's always a big time for us during the year.
And after that, halftime stats from Jose, and he's right here with us, so he has them all.
Of course, he's not going to have that fumble.
We'll work on that.
Which is one of my biggest arguments about being up here.
Here he goes now.
And, you know, Wayne had another engagement again. But
yes, he did.
I want everybody to know this is only part-time and temporary and emergency.
Guy's still out in the field. He looks like he wants to stay out there and run that play. Second down, 8 yards to go. Capone is split out here to the left side. They're going to look at Capone. And they throw it to the short man, number 1, Al Marquardt, out of bounds. 44 seconds left on the clock, and the Spartans have to watch here. They don't put the ball in the Red Tornadoes' hands for those last 30 seconds, guys.
Yeah, he had some pressure that time from Sinkovic, who fought off a block all the way down and just got near him as he was letting the ball loose, and that forced the ball to be thrown actually out of bounds.
Mike Shinkovic is having an outstanding season. You know, he's playing on the other side of Jay Malikuski, who's getting all the press, and deservedly so, and he's an excellent football player, but Mike Shinkovic is just overpowering people at his position.
Yeah, he
always has. He's done it since he was a sophomore. How about it, guys?
Yeah, he does do that, though. He's fun to watch.
They give the ball to Knock, and only about a 1-yard game, and timeout will be called by the Red Tornadoes, and they'll try to get the ball back with 37 seconds left on the clock. Wise decision there.
Yeah,
Try to get the ball back for a couple more, depending on what the punt, you know, where it goes and what field position we get. You still get 1 or 2 more plays.
Here's a shot. Here's what you want to do now is try to block that punt. Go for everything here, because even if you hit him, you know, even if you get the penalty, gets the first down, he's still pretty well in his own end zone, in his own territory. He's not going to be a major threat. They're not going to be a major threat to score at the half. So this is when you let the guns loose and say, you know, knock everything you can down and go for the kicker.
We talked about it early when we got here about the momentum of North Schuylkill keeping it in the game, and they've done it. They expected this, though. People have talked that this could happen, and it does. Number 23, Knock, is back to punt. Number 5, Nick Sebas, in deep receiving formation for the Red Tornadoes.
We're not in a block.
Snaps back. They put somewhat of a rush on, high kick. Fair catch called for by Sebas, and the ball bounces backwards and still going back, and the Red Tornadoes will get it on the 45-yard line with 28 seconds left. And it is a bad kick.
The Spartans got surprised there. They watched it bouncing the other way, and it took them a while to figure out they better get on it.
That's another 14-yard punt.
28 seconds, so probably 2 plays here unless we get out of bounds.
Well, then go to Smith. What the heck? Get another touchdown. That's what I call.
Paracella and Smith split far left.
Yeah, watch. Maybe
out of the shotgun.
Screener.
Snaps back to Sebas. Looking long. Now he's going to run with the ball. He's got to get out of bounds, and he doesn't. He gets to the 41-yard line, and he got hit really, really hard. I mean, Sebas really got put down there. 13 seconds and winding down.
Timeout. That was an official timeout, so he's going to have to come out of the game. They're the ones calling the timeout. That'll send
Yasenchak, number 6. Yasenchak.
And we just say all the time. Yasenchak will go into the game, number 6, the freshman, and he'll run the final play of the half for Big Red as we watch Sebas still on the ground. And I believe Mount Carmel area now wants
they want their own timeout.
And they got it, yeah. Although I'm not sure why. He had an injury timeout there anyway, right?
Well, he wanted to go out and talk this play over with Yasenchak, being that he's the new quarterback coming in. Coach Williams went right out to the huddle now, and that's why he wanted the timeout, Warren. With 13 seconds, he's only going to get 1 play off anyway, so.
Maybe we'll get to see Vince's first pass.
Interesting first half. I'll tell you what, interesting first half.
Nick looks like he just took a shot. He'll be okay.
Yeah, he sort of was sliding down under, and there was a second guy came in and made the hit.
It's an interesting first half, but it's not one that Big Red's going to be happy with. Not in the locker room.
Oh, no.
So they're not going to be happy offensively. I do not think they blocked well in the first half. I think we were kind of off balance, a little bit like out of kilter a little bit again. And that's exactly what we were trying to remedy in this game.
It's pretty much a mirror image of last week.
Right, exactly.
Where defense comes up with a fumble and gets us in the end zone.
Bailey goes in motion. Yasenchak back to pass. Screen pass. Oh, knocked down by the Spartans. Great job by number 85 in there, Nick Rogers. And that does not end the first half. So Red Tornadoes will get 1 more play.
Freshman learned a valuable lesson that time, though. He really did.
It looked like it took too long to develop.
Right.
It was just taking too long. And obviously there's going to be timing considerations to be considered now with the new quarterback, who probably doesn't get many reps with this outfit. We're just going to run a dive.
Trips left. Inside handoff to Veach, finds some running room to the outside, cuts it back, and gets down to about the 21-yard line. First down as the time didn't wind off the clock. Still a second left on the clock.
19-yard pickup for Johnny.
1 second left on the clock, and when they start the clock, he'll get the play off, and he does. And does he down it in time? No. That's the end of the first half. The score, the Red Tornadoes 7, the Spartans nothing. We'll be back with homecoming in 1 weekend. She is the daughter of Mike and Patty Higgins. She resides at 18 Oak Lane, Coltmont. Her activities include senior class secretary, Spanish club, facilitators, secretary, peer facilitators, secretary, Future Teachers of America, SAD, Pep Club, Interact, Big Sister, peer tutor, news reporter and broadcaster, student ambassador of the Pennsylvania Against Underage Drinking Coalition, National Honor Society, powder puff football, varsity cheerleading, track and field, cross country, intramural volleyball, student government, prom promise, stand tall. Tricia is being escorted by a senior member of the football team and a captain, Michael Sinkovich. Her future plans are to attend a 4-year university to pursue a career. All right, we're back, and 3 captains only going out for the Red Tornadoes, Jose, and we'll get to your halftime stats. But what that says is Chris Cuff is hurt. He would probably not be back in the game if he's not walking out there right now.
Off the field at halftime. I watched deliberately to see if he was able to do that, and he did.
Mike Sinkovich with the squibber kick. Picked up by Knock on about the 13-yard line. Tries taking it outside.
Lentini
on the tackle, and number 30. For the Red Tornadoes, James Zublek.
Sorry,
that was Al Bailey.
Al Bailey.
I cannot get the 6 and the 8 straight. I watched him come all the way down the field, and I still said Lentini, and it was Bailey.
First down, North Schuylkill from the 24-yard line. Spartans here want to get something going just to keep that offensive momentum going that they had from the first half.
Moreau's playing at that end position in place of Cuff right now.
Gonna go right at him. Good play, 41, Mickey Moreau's.
Myers and Moreau's did exactly what you want him to do. He's not called the missile for nothing. He crashed down and closed the play immediately. He gained him about a yard, but again, and that's North Schuylkill. That's good coaching and good spotting by North Schuylkill. They went right at the new guy immediately to start the second half.
Well, you know, it's not a surprise to see Mickey there. I think last year everybody thought Mickey would be a starting defensive end, because I think they were talking about moving Chris to linebacker, and as Terry Meyer evolved and Stephen came back, it afforded them to let Stephen or Chris go back to defensive end, and it put Moreau's out.
Moyer keeps the ball. Good play by 58, Mike Sinkovich.
Got a flag down there.
Flag on the play, and it could be holding against the Red Tornado.
I'm not sure what we did there, but Moyer took a big hit that time, and he didn't get up real quick that time. He took a nice hit.
No, waved the flag off.
I'm not sure. Are they calling the ball tipped? Or
ball was tipped.
I was going to say it's pretty tough to wave a flag the way they both threw it. You know what I mean?
Third down, 9 yards to go early in the third quarter.
Well, passing situation at 3rd and 9. North Schuylkill still sitting on their own 25-yard line, so interesting to see how the defense reacts to this.
Knock the lone back. Capone split to the left here in a slot. Looks at Capone in the flat. Now he looks at Mark Ward, cutting across the middle, had him wide open at the 39-yard line and threw it incomplete. Thanks to a big rush by 54 Evans and 58 Sinkovich. Fourth down and a punting situation for the Spartans.
I think they tried to go to Capone on an out and up on this sideline, but he was very well covered, and he looked at a secondary receiver coming across the middle. And like you guys said, he was open, just didn't get it to him.
Yeah, I mean, he was under a lot of pressure when he finally set up to throw, and it just rushed him a little bit.
Knock with the punt. That end-over-end punt again bounces on the 48-yard line, takes a roll in favor of the Spartans this time, and will be down on the 37-yard line. A very hard punt to catch, though.
That's the first roll he's gotten all night. He kicks the ball extremely different than you're going to normally see a punter punt the ball. And you said he's turning it sideways as it's getting to his foot. So I don't know if that's by design or what he does, but he doesn't get a lot of length out of him. You know what I mean?
He doesn't switch. He doesn't lay it out in front of him at all. He looks like he kicks it with almost his instep.
He's kind of poochie kicking it, you know what I mean? And not our poochie,
right, right.
The other poochie kicking.
Chris Cup back on the field.
Does Poochie kick?
No, he's a poochie, though.
Oh.
Split backs. Veach. Trouble on the handoff, and tackle made by number 88 from his right end position, Tony Wright. Boy, he came all the way over from right end.
Yeah, they're closing hard from the backside. They have been the entire game, and they're being successful with it. Now, one of the things we don't seem to be able to do right now, and it's because they have active linebackers, and also the linebackers are playing so close. We're having trouble picking the linebackers up from the backside and shielding them, and that's not giving us any lane on the other side of the line of scrimmage.
Second down, 9 yards to go out of the I formation. Pitch back to Veach. Tries taking it outside, cuts back, first down, and it depends where he marks it. He came back and marked it at about the 46-yard line, so they'll have a third down and 1 yard to go.
That's a terrible spot.
Boy, it was.
He almost threw his hip out getting it over there.
Third down and about 2, actually. He moved it back 4 or 5.
It's really a long yard.
Good 4 yards back.
Regular low, no power I.
Nope, we're
no
going
cheaters.
out straight to the eye here.
QB.
Veach. First down, Red Tornadoes at the 50-yard line. Just right off the guard right there, Jose. Came off Mike Sinkovic. He gets up off the bottom of the pile.
Well, the thing to watch now in the second half here is where is North Schuylkill's defense lining up at? They were truly crowding the line of scrimmage in the first half, which made it extremely difficult to run the ball, but should have made it easier to pass the ball. Now we're going to watch what they're doing in this sequence here as they begin the second half and see if they're still tightened up as much as they were.
Inside handoff to Bailey. One guy, number 50, in on the tackle for the Spartans, Jim Mogish. Gain of about 3 yards. Going straight out of the straight eye here, Jose. Cuff is back, but he's sitting on the bench with a coat on, so he will not be back in this ball game. 8:47 left in the third. Smith comes in motion. Sebas going to take it to the left side. Cuts it back. First down, Sebas at about the 38-yard line. Now just straight plays out of that eye, and it's looking real good, Jose.
Yeah, it is, Bob. It just like, it looks like he has a method to the madness this half. And we're just going to work both sides, inside, outside, and keep them off balance like we talked about in the first half.
It's really keep it simple football right now, folks. You're seeing an offense that's just saying, as Jose said, we're going to drive just down the field with some basic football plays
And they're going
here.
straight out of the I formation.
Let's get everybody blocking and let's get everybody moving and get some momentum.
We had a movement there on the right side of the Red Tornado line. So it'll bring it back 5 yards. Dead ball foul, illegal procedure against the Red Tornadoes. First down, 15 yards to go from the 45-yard
I
line.
think that's our first penalty of the night.
Yeah, it's been a remarkably penalty-free
It has-
game, to
it
tell you
has.
the truth, for the intensity of the rivalry that's going on here tonight.
No, we had one earlier, but it's still very quiet. You're right.
Stay in the I formation. Paracella split left. Sebas back to pass.
There's Smitty
out of
on
the
a
I.
fade.
Boy, Smitty's wide open. Got the ball. First down at the 24-yard line. What a catch by Mike Smith.
Nice throw.
He's good to watch. Great pass.
Great pass.
He had only one spot
place
he
to
could
catch
hit it, and
it, yep.
he hit it. But Smith he's truly, when he locks onto the ball, boy, he just locks onto it and watches it all the way in. And you like to watch that in a receiver. he doesn't pay attention to anything else that's happening around him. He's just watching the ball. And again, he's having a big night right now for Big Red.
And, you know, Warren, one of the things people overlook with receivers, too, are the routes that they run. And Smitty ran an excellent route that time. He runs a very disciplined route, and the quarterback knows where he's going to be. And I think that's very important. And that time, everything was in sync.
And actually against one of their better defenders, Marquardt, number 1.
I had a timeout there, but I didn't.
Called by the Spartans. They want to talk this one over a little bit.
I didn't see who called it, but obviously now the first real sustained drive of the evening for Big Red. And North Schuylkill wants to talk a little bit about it. And again, nothing fancy. I mean,
at Schuylkill.
Oh, the delayed draw, and that one goes for about maybe a 4-yard gain. It was actually a delayed pitch. Gain of about 3 yards. That was close to going, Jose. That was closer than it looked.
The hole was initially there.
Right. 7:26 on the clock in the third quarter.
I just see Eve Chaponis down there, and she asked that we say happy birthday to her husband Kevin tonight. Kevin helps Mr. McKay coordinate everything at the gate. Kevin's going to be 40, she told me.
John Veach cuts it outside to the right. Tackle made by Capone.
Malakowski into the game now, replacing Schuh. And he'll be playing the right tackle position now on a 3rd and 9 for Big Red. Also Chesney and Van Doren. Was that Van Doren in there?
This is definitely a throwing offense coming in here right now, isn't it?
And Chesney's out. That was an illegal.
Yep,
he came out of the huddle.
Illegal substitution. Is that a loss of down, too, or not?
I don't know.
I
If
don't
it is,
think
it'll be. Well, we didn't run a play, so I
No.
don't think it can be.
Third down and 14 yards to go. 6:32 left in the third quarter. Red Tornadoes up 7-0. Bailey, the lone back, trips left for the Red Tornadoes. Sebas rolls, looks downfield, has the receiver out there, incomplete. Van Doren, the ball goes out of bounds. 4th down and 13 yards to go.
Just kind of threw for the corner that time. Hope the receiver can get position. You're throwing at that little pylon there and hoping he can bring it in.
Actually, he was open, but I never saw the safety. It was double coverage. The safety was coming over right along the goal line, so they did have double coverage.
And of course, 4th down, Mount Carmel area is sitting down. The North Schuylkill 28-yard line will go for it here, but it's a big one with the 4th and 13.
Out of the shotgun. Snaps back.
Here's
Sebas has time. Now he's going to run with the ball. Good block from Mickey Moroz. Great block. First down, Red Tornadoes, and give credit, number 41, Mickey Moroz. Great block by Moroz.
Moroz is having the game of his life right now, and that is absolutely outstanding football. I mean, Sebas recognized the seam. He also recognized there was one player standing in that seam. He took off for it. He looked at Moroz. Moroz came barreling along the edge there and just caught him on the shoulder and freed Sebas up to the sideline. But again, that was truly an outstanding
It almost looked like he put his hands under his shoulder pads and pulled him down a little bit.
I didn't see that.
No, it was a nice block.
Good block.
Nice block.
Yeah, I mean, he's really having a great game, though, coming in relief of Cuff.
First down and goal to go from the 9. Sebas going to keep it to the outside, cuts it back inside, and everybody was looking at it going outside, so they were blocking outside, Jose.
Yeah, it looked like they wanted the play to go outside altogether, and Nick cut it back up inside.
Loss of 1 yard. Chesney and Van Doren into the game for the Red Tornadoes. Second down and goal to go from the 11-yard line. 5:30 left in the third quarter. Paracella split far left. Split backs for the Red Tornadoes. Van Doren goes in motion.
Nick Chesney in the corner.
Big rush that time. Yeah, but such a big rush on Sebas. He goes to the 4-yard line. Nothing he could do about it. Big rush from the left side here, guys.
Yeah, North Schuylkill saw that play almost from the time that Van Doren went in motion. You could tell they shifted a little bit and were watching for the play. So not a lot of chances, though. You're right, Jose. He had somebody open in the end zone, but you know, when your life is in jeopardy, you don't always see them.
Mike Smith brings the play in for the Red Tornadoes. 3rd down and goal to go from the 5-yard line.
Also, Moreau's back in the huddle.
Set up on the right hash mark. Beach goes in motion to the left. Sebas goes in motion that way too. Keeps the ball. Oh, great tackle. 88. Tony Wright.
Nick was trying to buy some time. He saw Smitty break free, and instead of keeping it and running with it, he dropped back a little bit, hoping to buy some time, but the defensive end, was it?
Yeah.
Made a great play.
Defensive end, 88, Tony Wright.
You're going to line up for a field goal, I take it, right?
Yeah, it looks that way. The toe is changing his shoes.
Brings up a 4th and goal for the Red Tornadoes. There's Mike and Coach will attempt a field goal. 27-yard field
What do you got, Jose? 25?
Looks like 18. It'll be 28 yards.
28 yard. Snaps back to Paracella. It was a high snap. Paracella's going to have to run. He's got to get it in the end zone. He won't. He only gets to the 10-yard line. And on the high snap from center, that one will be over. 1st down and 10, North Schuylkill.
Nice drive that time, really did. Just managed to shoot ourselves in the foot when we got down close again. And North Schuylkill takes over on downs, and they'll have the ball sitting on the 10. They're not going to go down as our best offensive night. Now we're sending, we did just send 2 policemen across the field, which I haven't seen that for a while. Where are they heading, you think?
Looks like over with the Lions crew.
Not they need police protection or what?
1st down and 10, 7-0. Red Tornadoes fumble on the play. And recovered by North Schuylkill.
ball returned by police number 50. Tim Morgan belongs to the yard, brings up a 2nd and 11.
Moyer tries a straight drive, and Malachowski and Steve Sinkovich in on the tackle, along with 54, Jeff Evans.
That brings up a big 3rd down player. It's 3rd and 11. You want to hold him here, let him punt it out of the end zone. And the way he's punting, you're going to have absolutely fabulous field position if he continues to punt the way he has this evening. That's what Mount Carmel area is looking for. Get some field position, get set up for another score.
3rd down, 10 yards to go. 2:33 left in the 3rd quarter. Moyer back to pass. Quick drop. Looks on a little fly out here. Oh, that's going to be interference all the way. Interference against the Red Tornadoes.
You can't hardly hide from that one. And that's going to let him out of a deep hole right now, though. Unfortunately, he wasn't going to catch that pass either.
No, that was out of bounds. Well, we had a squeaker last year with this team, and we're getting into one right here this year again.
Absolutely. This game is far from over. 2 minutes, 19 seconds left. Big Red clinging to a 7-point lead. Not at all the way they envisioned this game going, but at the moment, it's pretty much the way they've played. They've played to a 7-point lead. That's about it.
Krupchak split far left. Man comes in motion. Moyer keeps the ball. Good play by Daukus. And then after the pitch, I'm not sure who's in on the tackle. We got a bunch over there.
And I think Mike Sinkovich had the ankle
Mike was
first.
the guy that really ended that play in its tracks when he pitched it. He pitched it right to the guy, and Mike was laying at his feet there and tripped him up.
Officials timeout. The T was out on the field yet, the kicking tee for the Red Tornadoes. Number 1, Marquardt brings in the play for the Spartans. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. See, we call signals up here too. Did you hear the cameraman
I
call?
heard
Yep,
that. I heard
yep.
that.
Moyer rolls a little bit to his left. Oh, great play by 29. Paracelli went after the ball all the way. 22 complained a little bit Lattice, but the ball's open for Josh too, and great play by Paracelli.
You don't play any better than that. You just and what that really was closing on the ball when it saw it in the air. He just closed fabulously, got off the ground, and actually went right over the receiver and broke the pass up.
They've been trying to run this thing all night long with the out and up, and they just didn't get it off a few times, and through the alternate receiver a few times. This is one of the few times they got the ball off in the direction they wanted it to go.
They're convinced, though, that it's going to be successful at some point because they keep trying it.
3rd down, 10 yards to go. Moyer tries up the middle. Oh, a big hit from Stevenson Kovic.
Oh, my goodness. Folks, you're not going to see a bigger
He
hit
put
than that.
Knock on his back.
Oh, my goodness, what a hit that was. You know, you can hear it in the stadium. Oh, my goodness. Oh, the sink man. Oh. Oh, my God, I think I got a bruise.
That's a momentum changer.
Ooh, I'm bruised.
A play like that.
Knock back to punt. End over end. This one bounces in between the receivers and down by number 85, Nick Rogers. And the receivers are lined up just a little too far deep for this punter. 1st down and 10, Red Tornadoes from about the 41-yard line, Warren.
Rogers made a nice move that time, and it's the first time they've done it. The ball hits the ground, and it's very seldom going forward. It does bounce backwards or sideways, and that time they would have lost 10 more yards had he not touched the ball in the air like that.
1 minute, 3 seconds left on the clock in the 3rd. Sebas to Bailey. And gain of about maybe 2 yards. Actually, the big playmaker there was number 85 on the bottom of the pile, Nick Rogers.
He's having a nice game so far tonight, too. Rogers, we've called his number several times. But the defense really is playing tough on the North Schuylkill side of the ball. But we have done a couple of things this evening not to hurt ourselves also.
How do you say it? Shoot yourself in the foot. Isn't that what you said?
Shoot yourself in the foot, exactly.
Sebas out of the I formation. Draw play to Veach. Lots of room that time. Gets to the 49, still on his feet and out of bounds at the 41, and you got to deceive a defense like this. That's what worked right there, Jose, was deception.
That was a delayed draw. It looked like especially delayed. I don't know whether that was designed like that or not, but it was a great play. He had great blocking up front.
Well, they're attacking the first back, Warren. They're going at that first handoff. So if you get a deception in there, you're going to see it happen. And that's what did happen right there. 18 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
And 16 carries for 93 yards for Johnny tonight.
Bailey, the lone back for the Red Tornadoes. Fake the pitch to Bailey, and Sebas tried cutting it back up, but he cut right into where Mike Sinkovich was blocking number 42, Capone. Four seconds, 3, and winding down the end of the 3rd quarter. The score, the Red Tornadoes 7, the Spartans of North Schuylkill nothing. And you have a little bit of
Broadcast takes place, and that, of course, is because of the kids that are running this operation and actually man this studio all the time. On the master control, of course, we have Joe Magical Fingers D'Amico. On the cameras, Joe Hawkeye Mazer, Ryan Devine, John Baluta, Joe McGinley, Joe Novotny. Photographers are also Joe Novotny. He's able to do 2 things at one time. And we have, of course, Matthias Kornbach, our German exchange student, and of course, as always, the boss, George McPhee.
2nd down, 10 yards to go. Sebas, quick pass to Smith. Finds, ooh, he's hit hard at the 39-yard line by number 23, Matt Knock.
Well, he's just paying back for the knock he took earlier.
Smitty jumped right up, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Third down, 8 yards to go.
That's Smitty's third catch tonight. 3 for 60 yards. Well, you can see he had one in his career before tonight. He's had a career game.
Big third down play here for the Red Tornadoes. Sebas on the delayed draw again. This time read well by number 55 on the tackle, Jeremy Vogler, and that one just took way too long to develop, Jose.
It seems like it did, but it looked like it was open for a while, but they really closed well on the play. This is not a bad football team. Obviously, their losses were to Blue Mountain and Shamokin.
Right.
Is that right?
Right.
They're two pretty quality good football teams, and we've heard earlier that Blue Mountain is beating Selinsgrove 21-0.
Snap back from Meyer to Sinkovic. High snap. Cinco gets the kick away and bounces at about the 11-yard line. So good punt by Sinkovic to kick them deep into their own end.
I don't know if they lost. Did they lose to Blue? Was it Blue Mountain? Yes, Blue Mountain was one that pasted them. I think it was like 49-0, I guess, or
Yep.
something. Yeah. And
Ended up 49-7.
Yeah.
The ball's on the 13-yard line.
And, you know, Selinsgrove is not a slouch football team. They're a team that early in the year beat Danville by 42-12 or 14 or something like that.
Split backs for Moyer. Goes on the option and hands off to Capone. Gain of maybe about 1 yard. I see Terry Meyer in there along with 54 Jeff Evans. Malakowski's got to be down under there because it's on his side. Yep, Jason gets up off the bottom of the heap. Second down, 9 yards. Well, second down, 8 yards to go. 10-16 left in the ball game. Moyer, quick drop back. Looks on a fly, got him at about the 22-yard line, 22 on the reception, Randy Lattis. Nice pass that time, quick drop back.
Yeah.
Three-step drop and throw.
Great catch, Bob, too, is in traffic, and he knew he was going to get hit. And great concentration, hands, caught the ball with his hands, nice play. .946 winding down. Moyer with Capone and Knock in the backfield. Oh, Knock with the draw. Terry Meyer sees it all the way along with 41, Mickey Morose. Gain of about maybe 3 yards. We'll see a second down and 7 yards to go.
Now, North Schuylkill obviously has now got to start feeling time a little bit. There's 9:14 remaining in the football game. Now, they have moved the ball fairly well, but they have not threatened with the ball this entire ball game.
Moyer back to pass. Oh, almost intercepted by 26 Lentini. Broke for it right there and right off his fingertips. Good play by Lentini.
Yeah, nice play that time. Nice play at the line. Had their hands up, made Moyer adjust the pass a little bit, and he took some of it off it when he had to arch it a little bit, and that's what allowed Lentini to get close to it. And he almost one-handed it into his gut, and we went for a touchdown. All he had to do was bring it in. It was a TD.
You know, very quietly this season, Ronnie Lentini is developing into an excellent strong safety. Beginning of the season, he looked a little lost and a little confused at times because it was a new position to him. He was at the corner. And, you know, we've been spoiled with Davey Evans and Joey Wargo and some of the strong safeties that we've had, but Ronnie's going to be a fine, strong safety.
Oh, absolutely. And he can lay the big hit on you.
Moyer has time.
There's the
Oh,
post,
Marquardt's
down the
wide
middle.
open at the post. Paracella ties him up at the 19, but wide open Marquardt at about the 30-yard line. First down, Spartans. Right over the middle.
Fooled us that time. Absolutely would have been a touchdown.
49-yard pass play.
Well, this puts the pressure on the defense. Moyer, back to pass. Looks at a screen pass. Sinkovic was there all the way. Mike Sinkovic read that one.
Yeah, they
and
knew
went
it, they
back
knew it.
over with
You could tell
with Capone.
You see
Right.
how fast he turned his head
Yeah.
and backed away from it. Yeah, that time they knew screen pass the whole time, and that play was just gone. In fact, Moyer should have just thrown the ball out of bounds and been done with it rather than even try to get it to Capone.
You know, hopefully, fellas, this will be sort of like what was at Marion last year when they were up here and down at the goal line, where maybe Moyer will run out of room. He seems to be more effective and more efficient when he has a whole field to play with rather than just 15 or 17 yards. See if the defense can make a play.
Moyer back to pass again. Looks in the corner. Touchdown, Marquardt. Good catch by number 1, Al Marquardt.
Going for 1 or 2.
Knowing guys,
Going
he
for
should
one.
go for
Going
one
for
here.
one.
Right.
He's going to kick.
Well, he did that overtime thing last
Right,
year.
right. He went for 2 last year.
He's going to kick for 1. Got to watch a fake here, though. Got to be a little careful here.
Moyer's the holder.
You got to be careful with what's going to happen here, folks. And this could, at the rate it's going, be the football game. At least until overtime.
Snaps down. Blocked! Blocked by the Red Tornadoes. Blocked. 58 Mike Sinkovic or 60
It looks like 60 Malakowski. Wow.
Wow, what a game.
Well, you know, this is truly an occasion that we're just playing down to their level a little bit. I mean, that's all I can say right now. I know that you want to think and give North Schuylkill a ton of credit, and I do. But talent-wise, they're overmatched here. We're just not able to get on track. And we gave them momentum from the start. We let them think they could be in the game. And now with 8 minutes and 22 seconds on the clock, they are in the game, every bit of it. I mean, now you're talking about maybe some fancy kicking. You're talking about anything can turn this game, a one-point game.
Kicking off. Oh, onside kick. Get ready, Red Tornadoes, and we're not. We got linemen up
he
here.
kicked the watermelon the first time.
Okay,
it landed about the 30 or 25 yard
He
line.
was lining up for that onside kick there, Jose.
He's just not going to let the deep guys run it back.
8:22 left in the game. It is that squibber kick taken by Moroz on the 28-yard line and gets out of bounds at about the 34. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes, 7-6. The Red Tornadoes in the lead.
Well, if it's been a defensive game thus far, it's time for the offense to step up and make a few plays and at least get a drive out of this.
Seabeth tries the Veach. Finds some running room. Cuts it back at the 38, 42, and near a first down at the 44.
Hard run again by Veach. You know,
Yep, me too.
He ends every
Keep him carrying
play.
the ball.
You know, he ends every play with a whack. You got to give him that.
First down and 10, Red Tornadoes from the 43-yard line. 7:50 left in the ball game. Veach behind, up the middle. Finds some running room.
Great
This
vision.
could be a touchdown for the Red Tornadoes. It is.
Not.
Nope. Marquardt runs them down at the 9-yard line.
Too much of an angle.
But up the middle, give them that shot, and they're outside. You got to get up the middle and cut outside, Jose.
You know, Bob, one thing that Johnny Veach has, and it's so early in his career, and it's not fair to make comparisons and to say things about him and other football players, but Johnny Veach has great vision. I don't know how else to explain the way he runs, but he sees the field as he's running.
It seems out of that I formation we've been able to gain yards like that, though, Jose. The
Yeah,
times we have run that play.
That was a nice 49-yard run.
Ball's on the 8-yard line, first and goal from the 8.
Out of split back formation this time. Pitch back to Bailey. Cuts it back up the middle. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. Woo!
Offense made
Well,
a play.
They answered. You have to give them credit. For the night they've had, they answered with a big drive, Warren.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But in the back of your mind, you say, why couldn't they keep doing that? Why are they only doing that every once in a while now? And now we're having a having a holder. Instead of a shoe thing, we had a holder problem.
Yeah, number 2, Nick Chesney will come in to hold here.
No, we don't have a holder.
Yeah,
There he is.
number 2, Nick Chesney is going to
We
hold.
kept throwing the tee somewhere there. Nick's down there wondering what the heck are we doing with the tee.
Snaps back. Not yet. From Else to Chesney. It's down. The kick's up. And it's good with 7:19 left in the ball game. The score, the Red Tornadoes 14, the Spartans of North Schuylkill 6. And again, you got to give the offense credit. They came through the line block, got Vici the hole, and great runs by Jonathan Veach.
3 plays, 1 minute and 3 seconds. Reminds me of Coke Calico in 1994.
Yeah,
where we
remember
scored
that.
3 or 4 touchdowns in a few. No, Veach and Chesney.
Veach and Chesney, I'm sorry.
But they switched sides. It'll be interesting to see if North Schuylkill sees it, because I think they've been avoiding Nick's side all night.
7:13 left in the ball game. Moyer back to pass. Nope, he looks over on that side. Incomplete. That was to the short man and was covered by Terry Meyer. Tony Wright came out from his tight end position.
Good cover by Meyer, though. Really
yeah, the
was.
wideout went deep to take the corner with him, and they just came underneath. You're exactly right on that play.
And if Brown come out, of course, when his job is every game spelling Sinkovich while he gets the shoes changed and everything.
Moyer looks to the left side.
Come back.
Back, but incomplete. Good coverage by 25 Veach.
That time, excellent pressure by, it looks like the dog and Malakovsky both. And
Oh, I missed that, so you got to watch that part for me, because I was on the
What they
the
did was they
receiver.
managed to force the quarterback much further back than he wanted to. And on a play like that, you got to throw the ball with zip, you know, right at the sideline, which he wasn't able to do. It's hard to throw when you're backing up.
7:04 left in the ball game. 14-6 Red Tornadoes. Dauka's now going to the strong side. Lots of switches happening on the Red Tornado. Oh, a big rush from Sinkovich from blitzing linebacker position, incomplete. When you blitz that linebacker, Coach Conley seems to get him through there in the fourth quarter.
They picked him up, but it still caused enough disruption or made him aware that he was coming.
That was the offensive series of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 3 and out. They didn't have many 3 and outs all night.
Knock in the punt for the Spartans at the 7-minute mark. Veach and Sebas deep for the Red Tornadoes. Timeout called by the Red Tornadoes.
When you have the substitutions, it's difficult. You don't know who's on and who's off. Nick wasn't sure if he should have been out there or
Tough
not.
out right now. You have Paracel out, so you have a couple people out of this ball game, and it makes it different for who you're sending out there.
You're right.
Timeout here. What a game. 7 minutes left, and the score 14-6.
Unscheduled timeout.
Unscheduled timeout, but a timeout.
That goes down as unscheduled.
Is that a TV timeout?
Yes, TV timeout, exactly. Well, I mean, you got 7 minutes left, and I said this before, and North Schuylkill did it. They took the time, they marched down the field, big pass play, they score. And unfortunately, Mount Carmel for them, of course, Mount Carmel comes back and smacks them with a touchdown immediately, which puts them right back in that hole only 2 minutes later with 7 minutes left. And now they're punting the ball. The next series of downs for them will be crucial if they have any chance of winning this football game.
Snaps back, kicks away. Fair catch called for by Veach on the 50-yard line.
He was thinking maybe going to run with it there for a second.
That's okay. It was a good call.
Yeah.
Hey, there were 3 guys bearing down. It is a short punt. When you get a short, high punt, those guys are going to cover it once it's up there, Warren. So you got to catch it and just take what you get right there. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes. 6:54 left on the clock and winding down. Trips left for the Red Tornadoes, 1 back. do the fake pitch. Sebas keeps the ball and carries it for 4 yards to about the 46-yard line. And that play doesn't seem to get going, Jose.
No, it doesn't. I don't know if he gets deep enough on it to pick his hole. I guess it's the way it's designed because it looks pretty much the same every time.
Second down, 6 yards to go. Now you just need a couple first downs. You don't need a score. You just want to get a couple first downs here and get more time off the clock.
You know, we have to be impressed with the way these guys are handling the players in and out tonight. Whitey's always made 1 or 2 or 3 switches, and with people out of the football game, they're still managing to do it without getting penalties.
Inside handoff to Veach. Breaks it back outside. Finds some running room. To the 20. For touchdown, Jonathan Veach. Great blocking from the left side of the line, but he made some great cutback. That was a Barry Sanders run right there. Right. That was a Barry Sanders run right there.
Oh, he truly is an exciting football player, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching something special when you watch him touch the ball.
This is so reminiscent of last week.
No, it's not. It's not even the afternoon.
Yeah, well, that's the only thing that's different. 20 carries, 203 yards.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
And in the first half, he had 11 for 65.
Snaps back from Elsta Chesney. The kick's up by Sinkovich, and it's good. With 6:01 left in the ball game, the score, the Red Tornadoes 21, the Spartans 6. Pretty impressive run there, guys. But just straight on, give it to Veach football and get that line to give him a little hole to get through that line, Warren.
Yeah, you really do. I mean, I said, get him past the line of scrimmage, and the rest of it's all Veach, really is. He had some nice blocking, but when you cut back like that, I mean, that's because you're even cutting past. When you cut back like that, you're actually cutting past. There was a little bit of a shoving match going on at the end of that last. That's where we're having all the discussion with Mattern from Schuylkill and Veach. But when you cut back like that, you actually cut back into all the wash and all the flow. So it's even more amazing that you're able to break around like that with that kind of speed and move and score a touchdown. And we'll be saying his name many more times this season and for another couple of years to come.
Sinkovich with the big kick, taken by Knock on about the 13-yard line. Breaks it outside and is knocked out of bounds by number 27, Van Doren.
27, I can tell. It's the 20 and the 26 that we're going to have jersey.
Yeah, it's real difficult.
I cannot see the difference in them. And they look so much alike. With the socks and all, you can't tell them apart.
Moyer sets the Spartans at 5:54 left on the clock in the game. Tries Capone off the left side. Terry Meyer on him all the way out of bounds after about a 4-yard gain.
And I think the defense, you know, there was some yardage gained here, some passing, but really they held Capone. I think in this game that would be the story defensively, that they really kept Capone in check the entire game. And as I said, and I still say, Gino Capone is probably maybe the 1 or 2 of best backs they're going to see this year. He really is.
The surprising part to me, Warren, is that they didn't use him.
No, he wasn't used nearly as much as I thought.
They're helping us as much as we were doing a job, you know, and you have a player like him who's supposed to be a dominant player. Let him run a football. Make us stop him.
Right.
Don't do it on your own.
Yeah, last year he kind of ran all over us. And actually last year he was the one that forced us into the overtime. But this year he's been used more as a pass receiver than he has been anything.
You're right. He's been outside. We've been throwing to other people. I don't know whether they thought we were going to double him all night or take people away, but Coach Conley played it straight with 52 and a 53 all night long. Nothing's fancy, nothing special, no mirror guy, no man-to-man, no anything else.
Third down, 6 yards to go, 5:45. Oh, bad snap on the shotgun. Moyer just throws it up. And a great catch made by 22 Randy Lattis.
Veach never saw him coming. Veach was closing in on the ball, thinking he was going to have an interception, and Lattis stepped right in front of him at the last second. He never saw Lattis come across there, and it wasn't meant for Lattis. He wasn't throwing the ball to Lattis.
That was just a thrown up. That's one of those Hail Marys that's going to you know, somebody's going to intercept it or somebody's going to catch it. And that's,
He definitely was not throwing the football at Lattice that time.
first down, Spartans. Moyer on a slant, hit him all the way. This will be a touchdown, Spartans. We never saw him throw. He slant over the middle, Jose, to number
Very well
41,
designed.
Korupchak.
Well-designed play, 48 yards, touchdown, North Schuylkill. Puts them back in a football game.
See what they go for here. They should go for 2.
They are. Definitely going to be a 2-point
We
play.
called that one, didn't we,
That's right.
partner, huh?
That's right. Well, they have to. I mean,
Yeah.
take a look at the score. You got to put 2 points up.
14-12 and still 5 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, a lot of
That's
games.
173 yards passing tonight by North Schuylkill. It's exactly the same number Marion had last week.
Gonna pitch back to Knock, and he's gonna try to take it outside. And no good.
Terry Meyer on the
Did
bottom.
not get it in. Did not get it in.
North Schuylkill's arguing that he did.
Well, but they were the guys standing
Right, I
on
don't
the
know how
40-yard line
they
that were
can
arguing.
see that
so.
at the goal line, but
Big play.
he had momentum going there, but somebody nailed him and straightened him out again, and that was the end of it. But still, North Schuylkill playing tough, the Spartans hanging tough in the football game. And I have to do one personal thing here.
Go ahead.
I have to say hello to Nicole Hoffman over there in the North Schuylkill
side, right.
In Spartan cheerleader, no less. Her senior year, her final visit to the Silver Bowl. So a big hello to her and her gang over there.
You're lucky you said that, buddy.
My bags would be on the porch tonight, folks, if I didn't. But
I think we'd be remiss, too, if we didn't say hello to Rich Christian. Rich, a longtime basketball coach at Mount Carmel, this week was lucky enough to be able to go to Cleveland Clinic and have a lung transplant. And he's doing real well, and we're saying many prayers for him and hope he's doing real well.
absolutely.
Wright's kick covered by Veach on the 29-yard line. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes. 5:13 left on the clock, and this clock just not winding down quite fast enough for the Red Tornadoes tonight.
Yeah, it just won't go.
No, it was just 7. Now it's 5. It should be down to 1 or 2. It's just not getting there. We just have to stay mistake-free, no fumbles, no interceptions, and see if we can move the football on the ground again.
Out of the I formation.
Put 2 first downs together and you can put it out of reach.
Bailey off the right side.
Good run, Al
Finds
Bailey.
running room and a tough run to about the 38-yard line.
There's number 88, Tony Wright on the stop.
Second down, 4 yards to go.
2nd and 3.
8 carries for 34 yards for Al Bailey tonight.
Again, Bailey, the unsung guy all the time. We don't get a chance to say his name as much as we should be, but he's giving you the tough yards, he's giving you the blocking, and he's working on every offensive play out there.
4:37, Veach up the middle. First down at the 45-yard line. A lot of white shirts scattered on the ground on that play, so some good blocking in the middle of the Red Tornado line.
The middle of the Tornado line has done some great blocking, in fact. There's where the real blockings have come tonight, I think, in that center guard position.
They've been solid all year, guys. Danny Daukus, Mike Sinkovich, and Jonathan Else. It's just been tremendous, and we're really glad to see them going up there tonight.
4:14 left and winding down in the ball game. Tried Bailey up the middle, gain of about 3 yards that time. 49 yards, but right now,
Exactly what you want.
yeah, you want that, and look what it is. It's actually 4 yards, almost
Yep.
5.
Now, this is called give Bailey the ball and win the game for us now, pal. Just grind this game into nothing. And he can do it. He really he show. And again, we're going right up the gut, right up the middle of that offensive line.
Parasola to Veach. Goes off tackle, and that's where they collapse into you on the defensive end coming in and making the stop. Tackle made by number 50 coming outside, which is Jim Mogish. 3:21 and winding down. Third down and about 4 yards to go.
Smith into the lineup with the play.
Keep the ball on the ground, guys, or not?
Well, you got 3rd and 4. I'd keep it on the ground.
3:05 left on the clock.
Maybe a little delayed draw or just a little blast.
Hands off to Veach. Finds room. First down at the 38-yard line. Good trap block that time.
You got to remember, guys, a touchdown doesn't beat you. A touchdown and a 2-point conversion doesn't beat you. So you got to have 2 scores here to win this game if you're North Schuylkill. So time now is absolutely precious with 2:45 and counting down. And now North Schuylkill calls a timeout.
Great block by Vogler that time on the left tackle position, too. He had to keep the end out, and he got him out.
Yeah, Mount Carmel area now, again in the second half, but it took until the middle of the 3rd quarter at least to show some continuity on offense and some push. There just wasn't the drive or that spark that you look for all the time offensively tonight. And it wasn't for John Veach, who really, I guess, is the guy that kind of held this whole offense together tonight with his running. We would have been in serious shape tonight. We really would have been. So our hats off to Veach. And, of course, watching him in his career so far, I mean, it's not unexpected, but it's still nice to have. It's a nice thing to have in your hip pocket in a game like this.
You know, I didn't expect he's in his 700s. I didn't expect him to go over 1,000 tonight. He's at 224 right now. If I get a chance to check my bag later, we'll see if he's that close to it or not.
Did you have 730 something, was it?
738, I think.
Right.
You know, that'll put him at 762 or 962.
962, right. 244. See, I read your stats once in a while. 244 left in the ballgame. Veach to about the 33-yard line.
If it was me, he'd have the ball the rest of the game. Line up in the eye. The eye seems to be
It
what
worked
we run
tonight.
the best of.
It worked on the first play from scrimmage
reason-
for how many yards, Jose? The first play from scrimmage out of the eye,
See, one of the
14
reasons
yards or something like that.
is Veach has a chance to look at the hole, I think, better. He sees the hole, and he has Bailey in front of him.
You're right. He has the chance to see that, to have that vision that I think is his biggest asset.
I mean, a great eye back. You know, you look, a great eye back. Now, Bailey's going to go forward, right, and throw a block. That's not necessarily where the hole's going to be.
Right.
Bailey's going to block, and a lot of times he's going to clog up everything.
Plus a
and
linebacker
hold up 2 or
thinks
3 guys.
Bailey's the running back.
Right. And then you have a chance to scoot around him. So there's a lot of advantages to coming out of that eye, I think, especially with a back like Veach back there.
Out of the split backs. Bailey. Good run. Touchdown, Red Tornado.
Oh, great run by Al Bailey.
And when you want to come out of the eye, go to Bailey in the split
I just
back.
got done talking about all this, and boom, we go to split backs, and he scores a touchdown. So.
I think Whitey was listening to you, Warren.
I was always convinced my headset was tuned in this.
Mike Sinkovich to attempt the extra point. Now, somebody said it was going to be 28-7, but you didn't know it was all going to happen in the last 5 minutes.
The whole game's been in the 4th quarter, the 5 minutes of it.
Sinkovich to attempt the extra point. Snap back from Else to Chesney, and it's blocked. Number 23, Knock, came in over the middle and made a block on that play.
Yeah,
Well,
a couple things went wrong on there. The snap was a little bit to Chesney's side. Took a little longer to put the ball down, and he let the guy come in then. 27-12 now, 2 minutes to go. The game, for all intents and purposes, is out of reach of the Spartans, but they played a heck of a football game. They really did. We said, and I mean, when you look at teams, although this is high school, there are teams that are better than others. I felt North Schuylkill was undermatched on the line a little bit. I felt that with Moyer, a good quarterback, but not one that's going to light up the sky and kill you, and he didn't. But he did enough to hurt us. And then you got Capone, and I thought that was pretty much where we were going to be, and that is. But that was almost enough, and it kept them in the game into deep in the 4th quarter. So something we need to look at, I'm sure, at films.
Sinkovich with the kick, bounces around and picked up by Knock, and it's a touchback once he runs into the end zone.
Right.
People were questioning that about the call from a couple weeks ago.
You can carry it into the end zone,
but you can't come back out.
You can't come back out. Right. That's the true. We had a large
That's the
discussion
high
on
school
that
rule, right?
We had a large discussion on that.
Well, Mike Sinkovich goes into the record book, fellas, with 22 consecutive extra points. That's going to be a hard one to ever surpass
That's
again.
right.
Yeah, our hats are off.
Congratulations, Michael.
Absolutely. That's an incredible string of extra points. And let him start a new one now. Heck
Right.
with it. Exactly. He's got enough time. He can do 22, 23 more. What the heck?
Moyer out of the shotgun formation.
Nicky, it's
Looks
yours.
on a post again. Incomplete at the 42-yard line.
That time you send the big horse Capone
Oh,
right
he
down
sent
the
Capone
middle
down the middle.
and you just try to lob a pass into him. And he's an athlete enough that you get the ball close to him. They're hoping he's going to pull it in, but I'm going to say this as I had every game so far since the first one when I saw him. Throw the ball at Nick Chesney, and it's usually not going to be complete. And again, it wasn't. He had great coverage.
Well, I think Coach Geist knows that, Warren. He hasn't done that at all tonight.
Chesney had the night off pretty much.
He had the night off.
You're right. They didn't go anywhere near him tonight.
1:52 left on the clock. Again out of the shotgun formation. Back to Moyer. Quick pass, incomplete. Shellhammer goes after it at the 41.
That was the one for the touchdown.
Actually, right now, Shellhammer's at free safety in place of Sebas.
Yeah, usually with a 2-touchdown lead, Nicky takes a seat. That's what we have right now.
1:48 left in this ball game. It was an exciting one, as North Schuylkill and Mount Carmel can make it.
As they are apt to be. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, they have nothing to hang their head about. They really don't. They played an excellent football game tonight. They really did.
Moyer looks over on the sideline, incomplete. And Capone gave Terry Meyer a shot, but he actually took out one of the North Schuylkill coaches out in that play. 4th down for the Spartans.
The thing you like about Capone, and I watched him all game, Capone will lay a vicious hit on you. Capone hits you with a ton, you know. He'll run you down if he has to, but he's a clean player. I mean, he gives you a pat on the backside when you make a play against him. He picks you up. He's just a nice kid, and I've always liked that kid in his whole career here.
Do you think he'd be going to Penn State if he wasn't
Well,
Warren?
that's true. That's true.
Punt's taken by Veach. Fair catch on the 49-yard line. 1:37 and winding down.
Of course, he'll go to Penn State and join another North Schuylkill alumnus from there in Belinsky. Rick Belinsky's still up at Penn State.
Yeah, went up there as a walk-on, has made the depth chart.
Yep. Number 90, I believe he's 92, if I'm not mistaken. I watch him every time I go up, watch him to get in the game. And he's had a good time up at Penn State, and now he'll be joined by Capone up there at the start of next year. So best of luck to both of those guys.
New lineup in here for the Red Tornadoes. Yasenchak at quarterback, hands off to Zublik, and he gets about 1 yard.
Well, minute, 2 seconds left. Fans are starting to pile out of the Silver Bowl as we speak.
Look at Mike Powell drive the ball for about a 3-yard gain. Good run by number 10, Mike Powell.
Some more guys into the lineup now.
45 seconds and winding down. Down to 30 seconds. Yasenchak pitches back to Zublik. Looks for some running room and gets to about the 44-yard line.
It's nice. Coach Geist got some clean uniforms.
Yep, he got
in there.
some
He's
clean
got
uniforms in too.
Almost an entire new team sitting in there too right now on defense. So get these kids their letter and get them some playing time. That's a nice move by Coach Geist.
10 seconds and winding down. 5. That's the ball game. The final score, the Red Tornadoes 27, the Spartans 12. And how many times do we say it, but when North Schuylkill and Mount Carmel get together, or whether Shamokin and Mount Carmel gets together, it becomes a heck of a football game. And you see it many years, Jose.
It's called rivalry, and it's one of the things that I think the state is trying to fix with the new system, where you'll get points for playing for the other team's record.
Right.
And you don't have to do away with the rivalries like they were having to do. And I think that's very important to continuing the rivalries.
Geez, you almost never got out of that little tangle you were in.
I'm not used to these situations. I'm used to grass under my feet.
He's a fish out of water up there right now.
If you weren't from Mount Carmel and you weren't as excited about things here, that was a pretty good football game to watch. That was a fan football game.
Yeah.
Because the Spartans did a great job in the first half, offensively and defensively. They were moving the ball, and then we came back and did some scoring in the second half. But it was a fun game to watch.
Well, it's like Warren was mentioning before. It's just reminiscent of what we've done all season. The first half, we're lackadaisical. And I'm not going to say unprepared, because I know the coaching staff does a great job in preparing for football games. Whether it's motivational or what it is, I'm not quite sure. But they're going to have to adjust it as we go further into this season, and especially into the playoffs. But the second half, I mean, we couldn't ask for anything more than we get in the second half of football games.
100% from offense and defense.
Absolutely.
You got some stats?
Yeah, real quickly from Mount Carmel, 50 rushing attempts tonight for 328 yards. I think it was one of our best attempts, efforts of the year. 5 of 12 passing for 86 yards. It puts us over 400 yards for the first time in quite a long time. Individually, John Veach, 24 carries, 229 yards. You can't say enough about that. A top 10 effort, one of the top 10 efforts in the history of Mount Carmel. Al Bailey with a real good night tonight with 10 carries for 72 yards. Nick Siebes, 12 for 28. Michael Smith, what can I say about him? The little guy came through tonight, 3 catches for 60 yards. Johnny Veach, 1 for 9. And Al Bailey, 1 for 17. Total of 16 first downs for Mount Carmel. For North Schuylkill, 29 rushing attempts for 127 yards on the ground, and 8 of 23 passing for 173. But again, a 300-yard night for North Schuylkill. You saw over 700 yards of offense tonight, 11 first downs by North Schuylkill. And we mentioned it during the game, and I think they just left Capone out of the football game, and I think they should have had him more involved earlier. Perhaps, I don't think it would have made a difference, but it would have made it even closer.
We revert back to, it was a fun game to watch, Warren.
Sure
it was actually a fun football game.
There were some good hits. There was a lot of strategy involved there. And you played a good football game. And anytime you win a game, it's a good football game. But I'll say again that in this part of the season, offensively, we need to start showing that we can put some points in. Had you scored some points in the first half, this game would not have been nearly as entertaining as it was.
Right.
And that's my point. You're coming into the latter half of the season, you're starting to look at playoffs. You've got to play better offensively than you did tonight if you expect to go deep into the playoffs. Now, with that said, you played a good team, and let's not take anything away from this team. And those 2 losses were not indicative of what we saw tonight. We look down the road now. We come to the Schuylkill Braves. We're on the road next week. Again, a place that we've been fairly successful at in the last 10 years or so. We haven't had that much problem with them. But again, if you let them in the game in the first half, there'll be another team that's going to be kind of pecking away at us in the second half.
An extremely good passer there.
Extremely good passer.
You're going to see a quarterback that's really top-notch quarterback. Now, if we get the rush on him, then he's not going to perform as well as he can. But if he has
quarterback's good
there,
with somebody in their face.
That's right.
But also the receiver at Chickalimi Bartosik, I think, had 12 reception on us last year. And we have to watch a person like that, and our defensive backs are small, and I think they're going to definitely exploit it. They probably won't even attempt to run the football against us. And it's going to be an interesting football game, so you got to get out and see it next week.
Yeah, get down there, and if you don't, you can watch us on Wednesday night. Well, that's about it from the Silver Bowl. A big win for the Red Tornadoes, and they keep the roll going toward the playoffs. I'm Bob Else.
I'm Warren Altamar.
I'm Jose Gonzalo saying, Wayne, get back here. I want to get back to the grass.
See you next week.